TT Global, you've drafted the all ground here. We'll definitely see some form of engage, be it the board, be it like what Dave said, the mid-wave clear without buying the jungle items. So they clear out the mid-wave and we might see the first initial invade.
A lot of questions to be answered here by both of the Titans coming from KPL region. Now, with this being said, you know, the last series that they played against each other, it was TT Global that took full control of the initial jungle timings on the side of AGAL. Can they do it again today?
If they want to win against the best team in KPL AGAL, TT Global has to repeat that success that they found in the regular season. So, man, this is gonna be a blast of a series because this is the first time in KWC that we see these two teams go head-to-head.
I'm pretty sure TT Global will go for the initial Crimson Challenge. Now, I'm not talking about stealing because AGAL, TT Global, they are teams that know about the potential of each lineup. They will defend their buffs.
They will indeed defend their buffs. But ladies and gentlemen, this is game 1 of the best of 7 series, the grand finals between TT Global and AGAL. 让我们听见观众们的欢呼声 Let's go!
Alright, so Blam, let's get you in on this. Any thoughts on the start of this game?
I mean, the starts on it, I'm really liking TT Global's draft here. Obviously, the Orgrin with the Yuan, a lot of sustainability into the team fights, and then you got Ching on the Dharma, looking for that catch onto the backline, right?
Exactly, and just looking at the early game here, the invade that Kin was mentioning about was neutralized from the side of Zoe here. Zoe with the superior smite gets the wild boar camp.
That's a horrible start, if I may, for the side of TT Global. Now, not only is Sunrise behind in terms of EXP, he's also behind in timings, which is why Crane is helping to support with the Azure take. Hopefully, you know, Sunrise is going to reach that on time.
That is the importance coming in from these top tier teams. 1 second, 5 seconds difference will make a very huge difference here, especially we see that all these neutral objectives towards the top side will be contested as Ching take a bit of a damage.
This is a nice situation for the side of AG. On both lanes, top and the bottom, Clash and Farm already having the numbers advantage, allowing Zoe to also feed on that middle lane wave.
But look at Sunrise though. Sunrise is here to forbid the River Sprite to being taken away here. And light up the cheer. 一诺比赛加油，这个夏天期待你再次闪耀沙特。So, 一诺 fighting coming in for the light up the cheer.
They need to give maximum support. There's a lot of AGAL fans in the arena right now, but they are not alone. TT Global as well, they are showing up. And right away, 3-on-3 in the mid.
A fast clear here coming in from both teams here as once again, the objectives that we talked about here will be this wild boar camp here. They want to secure every single resource that's available on the map.
That's why this year we say nothing is granted. Everything has to be earned. You have to fight and defend for your camps. You have to go and aggress to get those advantages in this game.
And that is the beauty of these two teams here. They are fighting neck and neck in this early game to really look for these secures here. And towards the top side, we are seeing Ron dominating this lane on the Charlotte.
So smart, right? They actually rotate Sheng down, who does magic damage, so Snow is not going to have a good time. Now, Ino has a little bit more time to push the waves. They can start rotating early. That Horntail Beast at the bottom side will go into the hands shared by 3 different members of AGAL.
I'm loving what AGL is doing. They're splitting so much resource and the goal efficiency is so top tier coming in from AGL. You see Ino literally going from mid lane to bot lane to mid lane and getting so much gold onto this lane.
And this is a AGAL specialty, right? So Joy catches a glimpse of what's happening on the side of AGAL's jungle, and now the rotations will be made by AG. They need to protect this Azure Golem.
And it seems to be the case, right? TT Global, they're formulating an invade here right now, and usually we see these top tier teams, AGAL, TT Global, they love to fight around the buff. But fighting around the enemy jungle pre-4 minutes, you will be punished heavily because there is a defensive mechanism.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, right? So right now, Sunrise gets 1 steal. It's a small advantage. Once again, this is a game of very minor margins. Whoever edges it out will have that lead, and that can snowball really quickly.
And that is exactly the case here, but we want to be looking at these win conditions here coming in from both teams here. TT Global, I am looking at Ching with the Dharma to look for these big engages here. Sunrise, to get enough gold to be this unstoppable front line here. So that is Ching's and TT Global's late game, right? You have Snowy as well. This construct view that scales exceptionally well. On the side of AGAL, you're banking on Ron and Dino to scale towards the late game so they can be this late game demon.
Yes, the mind games have already started, right? On the side of TT Global is all about control, get the stuns, and hopefully we put you in the corner, which is going to be Ching's favorite situation to find himself in.
And look at Ching right now. He's slowly looking for the flank angle here. He's behind Zoe. Zoe is forced to use the Dream Roam here. They do not have the position for this Tyrant.
Yeah, GT Global, they start off well. The first Tyrant of the game will go into their hands. This is going to allow them the ability to take good fights against AGAL, which you can tell. AG says, it's okay, we'll let you poke, we won't let you take the actual fight.
Exactly, this is why Tyrant is so important and key. It gives you so much damage, it allows you to fast push these waves. What does that accomplish? It allows you to rotate even faster, get more of these neutral resources.
But exactly, AGAL knows this. So take a look at what they're doing, right? They're putting numbers as a defense. You have the advantage, we'll even that out with manpower.
Exactly, and look at that. Like you mentioned there, manpower, making sure that Yinor gets a safe laning phase, but Snowy and Joy, spell after spell, cannon blast after oak bolts. The health bars are just taking low from the side of AG.
Yeah, this is a power spike you definitely want to have, right? This is why draft is so important. The BPs setting up situations to make it easier to play your game, and straight away, TT Global, they're looking for that advantage.
And look at Zoe though, he's looking for a flank angle here. Sunrise, he's going in deep as the cannon blast has landed.
Yeah, it's not going to be too much trouble for the side of AGAL, but still, that is your Golem is under pressure. Zoe, forced to use the Dream Roam, actually turns around at this point. The refresh allowing him to be in a safe position if he moves a little bit too far forward.
And look at Rondo, he's being surrounded by 4 members coming in from TT Global here. He's playing around his capabilities. He's making sure that he's stalling enough time for the side of AGAL to secure the Azure Golem.
Not only stalling time, Ron is also baiting out skills. So this buys a lot more time for the side of AGAL to make those rotations coming in. Take a look at Joy's positioning. He wants to catch them out, but it's always AGAL that has superior positioning.
I'm loving AGAL's play here, but Snowy here gets first blooded by Ron!
And Ron, he makes it out. The stun does come in. He will be in the face, and they have to commit this big ultimate. Joy, he's going to run and try and get the chase, and they should be able to get this kill. Crane, a beautiful comeback for the side of TT Global.
And let's check out a replay real quick on how the first blood actually happened here.
I mean, yeah, this one was a difficult one because they actually forced out the flash from Snowy, right? A beautiful movement coming in, and there's another fight coming in.
Another fight coming in here. Obviously, the Destructive Deluge has been placed down. Zoe got the kill onto Jing, so obviously playmaking potential right now for the side of TT Global is going to be a little bit less impactful for the side of their team.
Okay, so a Clash Laner trade, not the biggest, but in terms of advantage, AGAL, they have taken that T1 at the top, and this is a very difficult situation because it means you need to double down your efforts to recover in gold and map as well.
Talking about gold here, with that 2 kills on the board, AGAL is securing almost a 2,000 goldie as Ron once again goes in for the dive.
Yeah, Joy looking there, use the think inside the box. It's not going to be enough to keep him away. Jai gets taken down again. So a cannon blast coming through. So impressive. The Motsu really serving his purpose.
I mean, this is all about positioning. And once again, AGAL playing the very simple game. You can see it right away. Manpower advantage. You're never in a 1v1 situation, right? There's always one extra member putting pressure on you.
And also, one thing for sure, Ron is having an exceptional game on this Charlotte here. He's single-handedly finding these multiple angles, making sure that he gets to jump onto the backline here. He knows for a fact that, Joy, you committed your flash last fight, so I am going to punish you right now.
Yeah, Green.
Taking a lot of damage, man. Taking a lot of damage. I mean, I really enjoy how Zoe's playing this monkey, right? Like, he is always just at the front of the team fight, soaking a lot of damage, and just waiting for the prime moment for the rest of the boys on AGAL to come into this team fight.
It's really just understanding, right? What is my strength here? What do I provide for the team? And Zoe, he's the attention seeker. He wants all of your focus. And when you're too focused, that's where Sheng, that's where Rod, they're going to have the freedom to choose and pick their appropriate targets.
And look at mid lane tower though, as we see a siege here coming in from AG. They are not here for the fight, they are here for the mid tower. And once again, mid tower, a zero golem, a rotation towards the clash lane to further push down this tier 2.
They can't do anything, right? At the same time, on the farm lane, there is no advantage for the side of TT Global. They are being pushed back, and this is due to the vision that Zoe is providing. And look, there is a 2-on-1 on the top once again, and this time, Crane, no defense. He has to back off.
He has to back off, losing out the tier 2 here. I'm loving what Zoe is doing on this monkey here. Single-handedly marking 3 members coming in for the side of TT Global here. And check out the gold chart here, Ken.
This is the highest we've ever seen. Ran is at 7,000 gold. There is no one he cannot touch. And this is a big problem for the side of TT Global.
And we talked about this back into the draft, right? If you give Ron, this Charlotte, so much resources, your backline coming in from TT Global is just gonna have such a tough time here. Look at the goalie here. 3 minutes ago, we were talking about, just a 2,000 goalie. TT Global can manage it, but look at it now. 9 minutes in, 5,000 goalie for AGAL.
And what this translates to, the pure sky, that blue color sword that you see equipped by Ran, very shortly will be equipped by Zoe as well. Now this is a damage reduction item. So Zoe, look at the damage charts. He was the one with the greatest hits. He dealt the most damage on the team. In fact, Eno is pretty low on that chart. But it does not matter. It means Zoe is providing space for AGAL.
I have to agree with you, but look at Eno's build right here coming in from Long. Not the Axe of Torment, not the Starbreaker here. He's going for the most expensive build with the most damage here, but Chingo might be engaged.
Yeah, the Dream Bomb just come in. It just obviously land onto Ching. He is forced out to use the flash for now. Cannon Blast lands onto Enoa into the backline now. Ultful does land. A little bit of pressure here for the side of TT Global, but for now, they are able to bait them up.
It's just a jab, right? And they can go in.
They're trying to go in yet. The unending sorrow just come through here for Crane, but Ron is on the way back, gets the T2. So again, AGAL are just looking to just create more pressure with these objectives.
So beautiful coming in from the side of AGAL, right? This is peak HOK. What they're doing is the throw jab is not an actual punch yet. Once they buy you enough time, they burn out your common spells. No flash, no radiance. That is when they find themselves in the optimum solution. And this is what AGAL stands for. Optimization.
Optimization, the best way of playing Honor of Kings here. It's not always about the kills here. Look at Zoe here. Man marking 4 members coming from TT Global, allowing AGAL to secure the Shadow Tyrant. That is game breaking.
And out of the blue, 7,000 goal lead. Zoe, he doesn't even care. Look, you can throw so many stuns, but until you deal with Zoe, the rest of AGAL are free to choose.
And we have to see here what AGAL has in store.
And with the Troop Launcher as well, he's going to be jigging, gets a kill onto Ron, traded over, Sunrise goes down, Joy as well, T3 into that bot side of the map, be taken down. They need to keep this Crystal alive, but also they have the task of wiping out that minion, so for now, TT Global can rest.
We're not done yet. AGAL looking for the second T3. It's a double wound for the side of TT Global's base, and they're not done. Eno gets that burst in, will be able to support them. It could be the end of the game.
Yeah, Infinite Bastards does come crashing in. Obviously, we do see the Destructive Loops into the backline just to take Crane off, and game number 1 goes to AGAL.
What a clean game here coming in from AGAL.